Hello, everyone. My name is Mauricio for the ones that don't know me. And well, I'm always here to spread a message and share the tools and the resources that I have earned through my whole process of healing and awakening. I just want to share. And this time I'm gonna do it I'm gonna do my talk in English, uh, since I have friends and some English speaking followers that really want to know what I'm saying. So I chose today as a topic um, incongruencies, um, inconsistencies in the way we function. So when we begin to notice those incongruencies, is when we really start awakening, is when we really start um, becoming aware, we really start being aware. So then the changes start happening. But we really have to get there first. So, what are incongruencies? Incongruencies are all those unconscious patterns, all that information that we have hidden in our subconscious, and it hasn't been really taken to the surface. It hasn't been seen. It hasn't been studied in a deeper way, so we can realize things and we can become aware of the nonsense or incongruences we're doing things. So incongruences are all those things that we repeat over and over and over. So that means the same decisions we take. It's kind of like it, the same way we think all the time. Like we're not really aware of that. So we have all these limiting beliefs that we have learned in our culture, in our family, and that's all we know. So we function in automatically, and that's why we always take the same decisions. We take the same ways that we think that that's who we are. But actually, it's it's a programming that we have learned. It's a way that we have learned to think, and based on those beliefs, we take decisions and we live our lives the way we live. So, uh, but how we do it? Like, if we are like, how do I become aware of what's happening? How to become aware of um, those beliefs or that information in me that is making me do the same thing, and because of that I get the same results all the time. So how I do it, like how do I change that? So I think the first step is you have to admit that there's something that is that you're not seeing, something that we can see, and I need to dig there so I can start uh, changing the results of my decisions. So here comes questioning. questioning everything and self-observation. I always, like it's not easy, but it's an exercise that I'm always practicing. Like I'm always um, taking everything that happens to me and the results that I get. It's an opportunity for me to question what did I do that I got the result, something that I didn't like, or something that I noticed that it's repetitive and it's always happening, uh, and um, I don't know what's going on. We say like, I don't know what's happening, but I get the same relationships, or I get the same job, so I get. I mean, you put your case. So, but let's do an example. Let's say that I always find people who I always get in relationships that I don't get valued by them. I don't feel valued by them. So the first thing that you have to ask yourself is like, what does value means for you? What are you expecting from others so you can feel value? So then you can start seeing your expectations. You can start seeing your lackings, your needs, emotional needs that you have based on your story, your life story, your family story, your childhood story, and you are looking that in others. So you label it as like they don't value you, but at the end, that's the lacking that you have, and you need to know where that comes from, what's the root of it, and it's very necessary to do all these questions so you can get the answers, so you can actually put all that information together, and then you get conclusions that is going to allow you to change things, to decide differently. Um, so, what's the intention that you have when you're giving? What are your values? What values you learn in your childhood, in your family? How do you value yourself? It's really important to get all this information to the surface so we can really find the hidden story behind these patterns, these decisions, these conflicts that we have, internal conflicts, and the difficulties that we have in our daily life. They'll have an origin, and that comes from most of the time our childhood and the relationship that we had with our parents in our family. So it's very important to dig deeper in this information and understanding and like really um, understand why you believe that if you don't get this or you don't give this, it's for you to label it as unworthy, that you're unworthy, that's key. It's gonna resolve a lot of uh, information that you were not aware of. Usually, when all these things happens to us, I think it's a great opportunity to also ask what if this is happening to me. If I'm attracting this kind of people, if I'm attracting this kind of jobs that I don't get value, what is this situation inviting me to do different? So yeah, this work is really really important. Self-observation, self-inquiry, really important. It's everything. You have to question everything. You have to develop that self-observation in you. That any reaction that you have, the decisions that you're taking, the way you're thinking, your beliefs, your complaints, your demands, your rigidity, your submissiveness, your expectations, your disappointments, your ambitions, your victimhood, your vitality. You need to know all that so you can finally know who you really are and where are you not. So you can start letting go what is not really working for you, is not serving you for your growth, for your self maturity, your evolution. It's important to observe, observe yourself in every aspect. Are you living from lack or are you in that state of potentiality? You know, like how are you feeding your victimhood or how you are potentializing yourself, how you're complementing them. It's very, very, again, it's, I find myself all the time uh, in this work, and it's great because it's like when you're in this state of self knowledge, you're always learning about you. There's always information that you were not aware, and it's like coming out. It's like, wow, what was that? What, what this means? What does this situation has to do with me, with my way of thinking, with with my system beliefs? Um, Doing this work, it has brought me a lot of benefits. Like I'm more confident of who I am. I have more freedom to make decisions. Um, when you are in this constant um, work, internal work, you're changing. Everything in you is changing every day. So because you're changing, you're transforming yourself, then you start attracting the new you. So everything starts changing. Your relationships start changing. Your jobs start changing. You have more clarity of what you want. You know what you allowed. You know what not to allow. You learn to identify you where you can say no right away. You don't hang there because you don't really know who you are. And that's what happens. We're always in relationships and jobs, doing things, and it's not really serving us for our evolution, and we just like hang there, thinking that if we're there, we're gonna be recognized, we're gonna be loved, we're gonna be taken in account, that we're gonna be seen in all these things that is not gonna allow us at all in our process of evolution. We need to really stop and um, start changing our perception of things and give ourselves that value. We don't have to wait for others to give it to us. You have to be that value. You have to self love, develop self love. Love yourself first so you can get love everywhere. You can see the love everywhere. It's not getting, you see it, you be it. Abundance, everything. It's like you gotta be it first. Otherwise, we're gonna be in a circle, like walking around, and we're not gonna see any change. It's gonna be always the same. So, I think this is a beautiful work, and the moment again that you start seeing all your life incongruences, then that's amazing because you're you're starting to become aware. You're starting to awaken. So if you're there, amazing. You're on the right path. If you're not, I invite you to um, question everything about you and your life, your beliefs, your values, everything, and dig in it. Take all the layers and see what's true for you. What is really working for you? What is not working? And let go. What's your relationship with yourself? What's your relationship with men? What's your relationship with women? What you need to hear? What we need to heal? We have to heal a lot of things. It's a process that will one never finish. It's a continued work our whole life. And the more we do it, the less we're gonna be heavy. We're gonna be in this process, learning about us, learning about life, and at the same time that we're learning, we're letting go. So the burden is less heavy. Um, thank you. Thank you for all of you and teach me every day what I need to keep working on myself. Thank you for being my mirror, and we're all mirrors.